Welcome, Gemini, to your August mid-month reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you and your energy of what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you for the mid-month. Best message for Gemini, please. Best message for Gemini. Four of Cups in reverse. Feeling like there's something disappointing going on. Okay. So either someone is disappointed around you, or you are feeling disappointed, to get how it resonates. There's definitely some kind of disappointment. And clarifying on the disappointment. This card won't only clarify on it, but the entire reading. Awaiting results. So some kind of disappointment while awaiting results. Trying to stay patient over here. But even though you're patient, or they are patient, you're definitely feeling the disappointment. Maybe it's not coming fast enough. Waiting for something. Afraid it's not going to come through. Maybe someone is just disappointing you, period. Waiting for them to change. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, the recent past, and the near future. Sadness and isolation. Disappointment again. Dedicated effort in the recent past. Putting in a lot of effort. And in the near future, whoa, you got the Wheel of Fortune coming out. Well, going with the flow over here is going to talk about those changes. So you got the Wheel of Fortune coming over here where it's showing your change. Your fortune will change. So no matter what you're going through now, awaiting your results is going to end up with good luck. It's because of all this dedicated effort that you put in actually in the past. Just because you don't see it now in the present doesn't mean that it's not coming. It just means stay patient, stay waiting. It's on its way, obviously, with the Wheel of Fortune. So with a dedicated effort, it's like, look at all the hard work I put in. Look at everything that I've done. I'm awaiting my results over here for all this work that I did put in. It's just disappointing because it feels like it's not happening fast enough, right? You're trying to create something that has not come through. I even feel like it's not coming through. Okay, with a dedicated effort, it could be a love relationship, it could be a job, it could be something you created. Maybe you're trying to sell an art piece. Whatever it is that you're trying to do over here, it just feels like, when is it coming? You're awaiting the results then for it to change because you kept putting in all the effort, but it still wasn't doing anything. Feels like, yeah, wasn't going nowhere. It just felt like I am waiting for my ships to come through, but I don't see nothing. But yet here I am putting in all this hard work, doing everything that I'm doing, and look, nothing is coming. And it's very confusing. With the Seven of Cups in reverse, it's very confusing because when you do something so much and you put in all this hard work to get something off, off and going, no matter what the situation is, and you don't see it coming through, it does. And it might even feel like maybe you're trying to go back to the drawing board to try to figure it out. And maybe you try to even do that 3 or 4 times and it still never launches, right? It still never happens. So of course you have this sadness and this isolation, which is, the 3 of Cups, right? Because I've put in all this hard work, or the 3 of Swords, excuse me. I put in all the hard work. So of course it's painstaking. Because look at the disappointments. I did all the work and nothing's coming through. Where's my stuff? So right now it does feel like there is still some sorrow and some disappointment, and not trusting the situation to work out the way you had hoped it would in the past. But the good thing is you're still waiting at the results from the situation. No matter what, just keep patient. Keep patient over here. Okay. Let's see what's going on with the sadness and isolation. 3 of Swords. 2 of Cups. It was something you're really trying to unite over here. You are definitely trying to unite this situation and wanting this to come together, whether it's a love situation, a reconciliation, a job opening, whatever it is that you're working on, my friends, but you definitely want it to be united. You want it to come together. Wow. And you're working so hard. You're saying, look at all the hard work that I did put in over here. It's like neglect. It's like you feel rejected, you feel neglected, you feel something that has to do with neglect and out in the cold. Why? Because it's still cold. Literally still cold, right? It's not even lukewarm. Literally cold. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You might feel that the Capricorn is guilty of doing such a thing, of being not Luke. I'm sorry, not Luke at all. I'm going to say they're not lukewarm at all. Just being nuclear cold. How about that one? Being nuclear cold. Totally rejecting you, and you know they're guilty of leaving you out in the cold. They're not working with you, but yet you put in all this hard work over here and they're doing nothing. It could even be a boss that, you know, or a person, you're like, you didn't even look at my resume. You are guilty of not even looking at my stuff. However it is, but definitely they're guilty. You feel like you've been nothing but loyal in this situation because you put in all the dedicated hard work. Rest assured to just be patient. Yeah, Spirit just keeps saying, be patient. Just be patient. They'll come around. Yeah, it's hard though when you have all these anxieties. You may try to have reconciliated with someone for some of you, and they are just kind of really leaving you out cold. Even though it felt like it maybe at one time that they were kind of moving close to you. Well, if they were back over here, it's like I put in all this dedicated work. You weren't moving where I wanted you to move. I want you to see all the work I'm doing, but you're confusing me. Why are they confusing you? Because of the 3 of Wands upside down. And it feels like because you don't see it the way I'm seeing it. And maybe there was a time also that they kind of did, right? Maybe they were being clingy towards you, and then that was confusing you because you put in all this work, and then all of a sudden they start clinging to you. I mean, you know, and then all of a sudden they back off, and then they leave you in confusion, and you're like, what the heck? So I do see that back and forth behavior. Right now, they're just going to continue to keep you kind of in a nightmare mode because they could be doing the same exact thing. It's almost like as soon as you get close to them, they want to reject you. As soon as you move away from them, they want to get clingy. And that's why they're guilty. And you're like, hey, excuse me, I've been nothing but loyal to you. I try to help you all the time. I do this, I do that. As soon as I leave, then you want to get all clingy with me. That's a lot of confusion. That's called, I don't know if you're coming or going. And I really do feel this over here. And yeah, that would leave me in a nightmare as well. But you do have the beautiful flow over here in the near future. Your manifestation is coming through. So whatever prayer that you had, awaiting your results is coming through. All the dedicated hard work that you've put in, your prayers are answered. You do have the vitality. You do have them moving towards you. I do believe that someone is dealing with a fire sign, could be a Leo. And it does look like they are finally moving towards you the way that you want them to, because your desire and intent is coming through. And there's a huge change coming within this person. They're seeing you in a different light, and they're being more generous with you. So there's definitely a huge change within this situation and within them. What has made them change? That's what I want to know. What made them change their mind? What made them all of a sudden, did you decide that you were, oh, they seen you kind of float away from them? Oh, because they see you kind of stepping back away. And so it's almost like as soon as you start stepping back away, they start to see the prosperities within you. They don't like that. Then they have the Three of Cups. They realize what they had. So it's almost like as soon as you're like, fine, you don't want me around? See you later. And then that's when they kind of open up and they kind of like, what happened to Gemini? Where did they go? Yeah, absolutely. Now they want to show you the self-confidence and they want to know that this relationship is exactly what they want. Why? You know, why do people do that? Because all of a sudden they become awake to the situation. It was like they're kind of blinded to, you know, they could have felt comfortable. You know, Gemini's not going anywhere. I don't have to give them all the attention. You start getting into that place where you feel comfortable, then you don't realize what really is going on. You become blinded to your situation. Now all of a sudden you kind of take a step back over here, Gemini, away from them, and all of a sudden they like open up and they're like, where'd you go? Yeah. So it's almost as soon as you stop trying to give them attention and stop being so dedicated and not worrying about them as much, they don't like that. See, because then that's when they realize what they had, and now what they have is gone. So now they're going to come back. They're going to want to give you the generosity. They want to take you on the dates. They want to do things with you because they realize that you've kind of gone away. It's almost like you kind of give them back their own medicine, I would say. Because look, over here, they're guilty of keeping you out in the cold, neglecting you, rejecting you, ignoring you, however you want to see it. And as soon as you give that medicine back, boy, they don't like that. So there's a huge turnaround in the way that they're thinking, the way that they're seeing things. It's all about perception. So they want to know what happened to you. Where'd you go? And it doesn't mean that you 100% left. It's just that, hey, if they want to go on a date or do something, maybe you tell them, no, I don't want to go. Because you know what? That's what you did to me. I'm not feeling it, right? So yeah, they want to bring the love back, the lovers. Because now they're perceiving things and looking at you in a whole different way. And text messages coming in. Now they want to see you as stable, and they want to see the relationship as the way they want to see the relationship. Wow. They want the power back within the relationship. They want the relationship the way it was. But the problem was that it's not going to be exactly the way it was, right? Because now you've turned the tables on them. So they're seeing it in a whole different light. So where they were comfortable ignoring you, once you start ignoring them, they're not comfortable anymore. You know, it's actually a good judgment call too, because it actually helps them understand what's going on. And they don't like that. A lot of people don't, though. They don't like their own medicine back to them. And they may not even perceive it that way anyways. If they're so comfortable within a relationship, they might not even realize what they're doing. And that's for some of them. They don't realize that they're ignoring you, leaving you out in the cold. I'm too tired. Like, I'm too tired. I don't want to go out and do anything. Too tired. Just going to lay down. And being lazy. Right, or however it is. And now you're telling them the same thing. I'm too tired. I don't want to go out. Boy, they didn't like that, because now all of a sudden the Wheel of Fortune comes up and they're like, whoa, wait a minute, what? What do you mean you don't want to go out? So they're definitely seeing it from a different perspective. Like I said, I don't think half of them realize though what they're doing. You can even sit over here and tell them what they're doing, and there's a lot of denial. You see it in the Queen of Coins. Guilt, denial, not wanting to, you know, see it that way. Lazy, Three of Wands, not wanting to do anything. So Trust that as soon as, yeah, as you make it up to you and you kind of take a step back and just remain positive, boy, look at that, the forgiveness. Whoa, look at that. Forgiveness and communication comes through. Why? Because now all of a sudden they don't like their own medicine. Okay, so definitely awaiting the results. Be patient, because really what this is going to be about is the tables being turned on them to actually change all of the fortune around, so that they can see the relationship in a whole different view. Okay, and that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.